Afternoon, it's Tuesday the 28th, sorry, of January. It's 12:22. The reason why I looked at it, I seen the 22 on the time. Yeah, so. Right, if you're new to the channel, my name's Stephen and welcome. This is Pamela. We are Cold Body Sports and we are an ice hockey and figure skating retailer in Scotland. So yes, this is a documentation of our journey from a day-to-day life. We're running an ice hockey shop, I say ice hockey shop, an ice sports shop. Now, you might be thinking, why is it an ice sports shops when you're like literally selling ice skates, maybe ice hockey equipment, figure skate equipment, apparel, stuff like that, and you haven't got curling stuff? Well, we can get curling stuff, believe it or not. We just haven't been asked for it. We've never been asked for it. So anyway, let's try not lose any of the footage this week. Because we had quite a lot of footage that we lost last week, and that kind of left us in a situation where we were scrabbling about for a video for today's video, which is the 28th. So we managed, but obviously it's one of the things where unfortunately things like this happen every now and then. Well, it's happened maybe twice in the time that we've done the videos in the last 6 or 8 months. So anyway, right, on to jobs that have to be done today. So I'm going to say this has to be done, but if you've been following along, you wouldn't have seen it in the last video.
Because we
lost the footage in that one. Shocker. But basically what happened was we got these skates given to us by a customer, and the customer would like us to basically put a comfort edge on them and rebuild this area because it was all burst. So the running joke is every time I try and pick up these skates to do any work on it, it gets really busy and I don't get time to sit down and actually work on them. So I'm hoping that today we actually get some time to sit and work on them. So that's one of the first jobs that we've got. The second job that we're going to have to try and look at as well is we've got a spare pair of gloves here that needs a patch repair. So looking at the glove is actually not in the worst condition. It has a couple of holes in the finger, or one hole in the finger and one massive hole just here. So we're going to have to try and come up with a way to fix that, which will probably be a patch sewn in with the speedy stitcher. We also have another pair of skates here, which I need to have a look at. As you can see, the carbon's looking a bit rough and they're starting to show signs of wear. So one of these ones will be to try and see if we can get something done with that. If we can't get something done with that, then what we're going to have to do is look at a replacement pair of skates for the customer because he's one of my teammates. The other thing that we're looking at here is, this is Stevie Young, who has these from the Urban Flyers. Finally decided to get rid of his old skates. He had a pair of the Ovechkin Crazy Lights, which was gifted to him by Ivan from Bjorkley, who is now playing for the Sheffield Steelers as a call-up player, and he's obviously been playing with the Sheffield Steel Dogs as well. So when Ivan was younger, to give you a kind of indication, that we used to sharpen Ivan's skates when he used to stay here, but now he's obviously moved on, and I think he kind of moved home and then decided to come back over here to play in the National League and the Elite League and stuff like that. So he gifted Stevie a pair of skates and they finally fell apart to the point where I couldn't bring them back to life anymore. So he decided, I managed to find him a bargain, or sent him a link, sorry, to these on eBay, and they were £42 delivered. So that just shows you that there is still bargains to be had on eBay, and you can keep ice hockey equipment nice and cheap. So anyway, let's get started for today and I'll tune in with you in a little while. Well, it's 1:51 or 1:52 now. As I said that, basically the situation is I still haven't been able to get onto any of the stuff I've started. Pamela's been too busy with her stuff. I've had multiple people in for sharpenings again today, and have had multiple people coming in and spending a wee bit of time and catching up. So one of the things I'm actually was doing just now was just doing a little repair on the sewing machine on a neck guard. So that is it, now finished, and I thought I would try and get this kind of smaller jobs done out the road so I can go on to the bigger job. Now the bigger job is obviously these skates, so I'm going to go and have a wee look and see what leather I've got sitting in the back, and I can maybe start doing a wee bit of a comfort edge on these skates. Fingers crossed. Well, look at this, I'm managing to get to them. I've got a wee scrap of leather here. What I'm going to do is basically try and see if I can draw around the areas where are the problem areas and see if I can get the leather to fold around and then get it stitched in place. So let's go, let's get them done. So I'm really sorry about that random interruption to the time lapse, and you've probably seen me looking at Pam pretty perturbed. The reason being is I'm in the middle of time lapsing and Pamela's trying to take over my working area, Is that a hint, Pamela, that you would like me to go somewhere else and work out of your road so that you can take over all of the working areas?
No.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
How sure are you?
Yeah,
what,
sure.
What have you broken this time?
Broken anything, just moving it so I can sprint it out.
Yeah, apparently she doesn't like her printer under the desk anymore. Oh, brilliant, there's another beep.
Annoying the bejesus out of me.
There's another one. No blasphemous.
I'm not blaspheming.
Yes, we said that you said something, so yes, I would imagine that is. Yes, so are you moving this over here now?
Yes.
Are you sure?
Yes.
How long for?
Probably, I don't know.
A couple of days? A week, maybe? Until you decide that you want to change everything else about again?
Yeah, probably.
So this is procrastinating at its best. This is kidding on that she's busy when she's not actually busy. She's
I need to
apparently...
pull my printer out to fix it, so I'm going to pull it out and plug it in up there because it's doing me off.
There's another beep. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for all of your input. That's great. Thanks very much. Cheers.
Welcome.
So I think I'll move it through the back just in case at the road here because apparently all my stuff is getting thrown all over the place. So I thought it would actually be good to do the repair somewhere that was actually relatively warm. So now I'm going to get banished to the back shop where I always am in the cold. For me.
To the back shop.
Sorry?
Banished to the back shop. Hot buttons, what you do.
Alright, aye. Right, let's get on with this and let's hopefully not have any more interruptions from Pamela. Try to ruin the shop.
Ruining it.
Yeah, you're at it. She's at it.
I'm gonna dance by myself like nobody's watching. Don't really care if my rhythm's off, 'cause I'm gonna dance like nobody's watching me. I'm gonna dance by myself like nobody's watching. Don't really care if my rhythm's off, 'cause I'm gonna dance like nobody's watching me. I'm gonna dance, 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 dance. I'm gonna dance, 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 dance. I'm gonna dance, dance, dance like nobody's watching me. I'm gonna dance. I'm gonna dance. I've been trying to cope since you ran away. I've been feeling lost, I've been feeling pain. And no matter what I do, I just feel like I do what I do for you. I tried to call the doctor, it didn't help. Took a trip out to the sun to revive myself. But no matter what I do, I just feel like I do what I do for you. I'm gonna dance, 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 dance. I'm gonna dance, 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 dance. I'm gonna dance, dance, dance like nobody's watching me. I'm gonna dance. I'm gonna dance.
Right, so these skates, again, started them. I ended up taking a bit of them apart and then I've redone just this wee bit here and I've had to stop because it started going mental with sharpens. As we've probably seen with the time lapse, Lewis is in for his two pairs, his player skates and his goalie skates. I still haven't got to the gloves. I've got a pair of skates here that need to be sharpened for the first time. I've got two sets of steels here that have to be profiled to exactly the same shape as the old ones. So I need to do that, and I've got a heat mould in at the moment as well. So meanwhile Pamela's away out with the dogs. So let's see if we can get some of this done.
I'm gonna dance by myself like nobody's watching. Don't really care if my rhythm's off, 'cause I'm gonna dance like nobody's watching me. I'm gonna dance, 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 dance. I'm gonna dance, 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 dance. I'm gonna dance, 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 dance. I'm gonna I'm gonna dance, 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 dance. I'm gonna dance, 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 dance. I'm gonna dance, 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 dance.
Right, it is 5:27 in the afternoon or the evening, whatever way you want to look at it. It's been one of the days. Again, these skates get picked up and dropped more times than a slippery kid, as you could put it that way. Right, anyway, so the situation is right now, I can quickly show you this one. This skate here has obviously had its wee edge put in. You can see it in the inside, and then you can see the other side as well. The only thing with the other side, this one here, has to be sewn all the way up and round to be able to hold that in place. That is the plan that I'm going to get that done. But I've also had a couple of guys from my team on tonight who have been asking if the teams have been selected for the training, because every week what we do is we basically, or what I do every week is for our training is we run drills and we run colour coordinated lines usually. But because I've been pretty lazy the last little while and I've been too busy to kind of organise the colour coordinated lines and the jerseys and all that kind of stuff, what I've ended up having to do is just do the whites versus darks. So what we've been doing with that is basically splitting them up, doing a scrimmage, but it's not just necessarily a scrimmage. We've obviously got drills as well that we use. So we use the dark forwards with the white D and vice versa. So that's something that has to be done now, because there's people messaging me complaining that the lines haven't been put up yet and they want to get their jerseys sorted for training. If you've ever met hockey players before in your life, you know they're a bit OCD and sometimes a bit anal. We'll not go into that, but you know what I mean. It's one of these situations where you don't get any peace, especially on a Tuesday. I don't get any peace at all. So it's very, very few and far between when I actually get peace to do jobs. So I'm quite happy with the way that turned out. The full disclosure, I did remove the first part that you've seen on the time lapse. The reason being is it just wasn't sitting the way I would like it to sit. So because of that, I cut it all out and I cut a new fresh piece of leather, and then obviously sewed that into place off camera. I ended up having to clamp it in place using the little clamps just to make sure it never moved, because what was actually happening was, if you can imagine the two pieces of leather being stuck like this, they were actually sitting like that by the time I was finished, and that's because I didn't glue them in place. I was trying to do them around other jobs. So you've probably already seen as well that there was another pair of skates came in, or sorry, there was two sets of steels that had to be profiled and shaped to the shape of an old pair of skates. That was for Chris Tully from the Paisley Pirates. He had originally bought a pair of skates off of a website and they had went missing. He managed to get another pair of skates through another store in Scotland, and unfortunately they couldn't get him his size, so they got him another size. And then out of the blue, the company where he bought his skates, funnily enough the same place where I bought my skates were still sitting in customs, he received another package just recently after his skates had originally went missing with his proper size. So instead of having skated on the bigger skates, he's now back in his proper size with two sets of steels that are exactly the same shape now, which is good, and that keeps him kind of obviously ticking over just now, so we not necessarily need to see him in for a little while unless he needs his skate sharpened or another mould or a press or anything like that. But anyway, I'm going to go on with this. I'll tie back in with you once I've finished this little bit of the job on the skate, and then I also have, believe it or not, I have a profile up here which the steels have to come out the skates. They also have to come out the skate. Once they come out the skate, I'm going to have to draw around them and basically see how much I'm going to have to take off the toe and the heel. The customer in question is a player in my team who has asked them to be rockered. Now, I wouldn't want to rocker them too much and take way too much off them. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take a little slither off the toe and the heel just to make them a wee bit more easier to turn in. And then what I'm also going to do is put his 916 sharpening on them. So again, once I come to that point, I'll document that with a wee time lapse. But so far, I'm going to go on and do the teams first, and then I'll get back to these skates, and I'll maybe do a wee time lapse just to show off the final bead of stitching on one of the skates. Believe it or not, I still have the other to do. This is the worst out of the two, so the best out of the least damaged one has already been done. So that's for tomorrow's job, so hopefully we'll be able to get time to get them done. Right, so as usual, I forgot to set up the time lapse, and I managed to get this part of the skate done and this part of the skate all now locked in place. The only thing I've still got to do is cut the little hole for the eyelet and be able to do an eyelet in there, and obviously I've still got the second skate that I still have to do. Now, in that period of time, we have I don't even know what time it is. I need to go and double check my phone, so bear with me 2 seconds. Right, so it's 6:30 right now, so obviously been in from roughly about 12 today, held up with hundreds of different things today at home, try to get a hold of suppliers, try to get a hold of customs to try and get skates released, stuff like that. Personal skates obviously for myself, which are still stuck at customs in the home destination country of where I bought them from. Now, one of the things that I'm finding right now is people are becoming exceedingly stroppy with us, and that's because we have such a big social media presence in the last little while with regards to shorts, reels, TikToks, whatever else. And I understand that people are complaining that we're not answering the phone. So diplomatically, gather a bit of patience, or develop a bit of patience. Now, I might seem as if I'm being a bit stroppy with this, but I'm always just going to be honest with you. We have got to a stage in this game where we are so busy with people coming into the store. It's very arrogant of us to then stop what we're doing and answer the phone when we're dealing with a customer in the middle of a sizing, or dealing with a customer in the middle of buying a pair of skates. Unfortunately for our customers, when you call the store, it's not that your order isn't imperative to us. We want to try and make it so that it's as seamless as possible. But the situation that we have right now is the people that are in the store are number one priority, because they came to the store, they're actually in the store, and we're dealing with their orders there and then at that specific time. Unfortunately, if you phone at that specific time and we're in the middle of dealing with a customer, we can't come to the phone because I'm usually welded to that skate sharpening machine, or as you've seen today, is trying to do repairs on stuff, so I don't get an actual proper chance to be able to use the phone or answer the phone. It's very few and far between. I think I've only actually answered the phone once the whole of last year, because of how busy we actually have been with sharpenings and repairs and other things. Now, Pamela is running about like an absolute idiot in the front store, between dealing with multiple customers at every time that there's customers in. And a Saturday, all you need to do is look at some of the previous time lapses where we've actually had Pamela running about documenting what happens in the front store. There is multiple people in that store, but yet people still want to have the right to phone up and complain that they're not getting the treatment that they should be getting. Now again, every single order that comes to our website, every single order that comes through phone calls, Facebook messages, emails, they are our major priority that we have to get done. But the thing is you're also forgetting right now is most of the suppliers don't have a lot of stuff in stock because of the current climate. And one of the things that they're actually having to do is they're actually having to order a lot more often, because they're not bringing in stock to keep it in dead stock. Dead stock means that basically they're bringing in stuff and they're spending all of their money on stock, which is going to sit in a warehouse and possibly not get picked up over the next say for example, little while, suppliers are getting a lot smarter with regards to what they're bringing in and what they're not bringing in. They're not bringing absolutely every single size of every single brand. They're now having to order from the likes of the main suppliers in Sweden or in Europe somewhere, specifically like Warriors, Germany, Bauer and CCM are Sweden, as far as I'm aware. Now, I can understand that if there is frustrations with people coming to the store and saying, where's my order, why is it not here? You're not dealing with Amazon. I'm sorry, you're not. You're dealing with a small business where there's only 2 employees. There's myself and there's Pamela, and 90% of the time I am stuck in the back store doing sharpenings and maintenance stuff, whereas Pamela is dealing with orders, customers, complaints, refunds, whatever else she's dealing with at the time. But yet at the same point, certain customers have tried to get in touch with us multiple occasions, leaving nasty messages on our social media and stuff like that, saying, why do you never answer the phone? Well, the reason why we never answer the phone is we're actually busy in the store, and unfortunately the world doesn't revolve around your order. We've said this before, and yeah, I am being pretty real and I am pretty annoyed about it, because I understand we want to be a better store, we want to be a bigger store, we want to be able to have more employees, but we're never going to get there if everyone is knocking us down at every single turn. We are trying our hardest every single day when we come into the store. We put time into the store after the store finishes. Example being tonight, I'm still here, it's 6:35 now. I've still got jobs that have to be done and they have to be taken to the rink tonight, and I'm still struggling to get time to do it, and I'm still trying to do my own stuff as well, stuff that I should have been able to do out with the store. Like I said before, I run a team, or I help run a team, and we have to have everything organised on a training night. There's jobs that still have to be done. Like example being, there's a job here that still has to be done, and I've had to prioritise other jobs in front of that because of how busy we are. Now, again, when I say how busy we are, you might come into the store and think we're doing nothing, sitting playing with a phone. 90% of the time we are dealing with orders, we're dealing with customer queries, we're dealing with everything. Again, just unfortunately, I don't get that chance to do that when the season's in its full swing. But bear in mind, when you think you have the right to leave nasty comments on our social media, as far as I'm concerned, we have to have a social media presence. We're not overly active on social media. You might think we are massively active in social media. Most of the social media stuff is done weeks in advance. It's the reels, the shorts, the small videos, the posts when we're going to be open, all that kind of stuff is done weeks in advance. And yes, it is done on my own personal time, usually 2, 3, 4 in the morning when everyone else is sleeping and I'm still up dealing with orders, emails, whatever else. It's one of these part and parcel things with the business. It's part and parcel of running your own business, and I understand that a lot of people really don't understand what running a business is like. It's the people that do run their own businesses or have other things going on that prioritise things like getting a pair of skates, and it's the end of the world if a pair of skates don't come. Now, example being, you've had customers posting up on our Facebook page or on other places basically stating, we've been trying to get a hold of you for 3 weeks and we can't get a reply. Well, I can tell you right now that's never been the case. If it has been the case, we can only apologise. Now, one of the things I will say is we've had people over embellish their order and say, we've been trying to get in touch with you for 3, 4, 5 days, whatever else, and their order's only been made a day ago. They expect things to be here yesterday. Again, we are not a massive store. We have to, how would I put it in a diplomatic sense of the word, watch how we order. And the reason why I say we have to watch how we order, we can't order absolutely everything, because if we ordered everything in the one go, we'd be bankrupt and you would be still looking for your skates, having to go elsewhere for them. Whereas with regards to us right now, we try and budget our orders, we try and get everything done on a specific day and a specific time to be delivered for a specific time. And again, unfortunately, if you can't wait and develop patience, don't use us. We've spoke about this before. It's no skin off of our nose if you want to go somewhere else and get bad treatment or not get fitted properly. If you come to our store, you get the time, the effort to fit you, you get the time and the effort to get your skates sharpened or your services done as part and parcel. If you decide to go elsewhere to get your skates and you stay locally, 9 times out of 10 you're still going to have to come to me for your services, which is going to be even more expensive. Now, please, like I say, take into consideration the fact that there is only 2 of us in this business and we do everything. You're talking website development, you're talking product reviews, you're talking YouTube, Facebook, all these things, orders, accounts, the lot. That's the 2 of us only do this. And saying that, it is only 2 of us, but Pamela also has another job, and she's a mum, and I'm a dad, and we have kids, and we have dogs, and we've got our own stuff that we do as well, and we're on a hockey team. Please just start to use your own common sense and stop being idiots. So here you see me, I'm still working. It's 7 o'clock now. I've been dealing with replies to customer emails. I've been dealing with a very stroppy referee that we have on our wall, Mr. Toby Craig. He's looking for skate socks and new shins, and I knew a couple of different things. Visors, that's what it was visors. He was looking for all these visors, and it's been message after message, and for a change I've actually been able to get to my phone, which is unusual. As you can hear, it's probably still pinging away in the background. This is a job here that's going to have to get done tonight, and this will be my last job that I'm doing tonight, because basically the long and short of it is I have got no more time. I have someone coming to the house to get an extension fitted because they couldn't make the store. I'm still technically here, but I still have to go home and pick up my kit, because I'm literally leaving straight from here, going home, picking up my kit and going straight on to a practice which I'm coaching at. So one of the things again where you don't get a lot of time, and you definitely don't get any time on a Tuesday. So again, if you're trying to get stuff done, Tuesdays is usually the day you would imagine you would be able to get me to be able to do most of the stuff. But for unfortunate reasons or whatever else, or just timings or whatever else, no, I can't get anything else done. As you can hear, beep, beep, beep. This is all people messaging about orders. This is all people that's messaging about the hockey stuff tonight, and I'm still trying to work and still try to run everything. So this is maybe an aspect of the behind the scenes that you don't necessarily get to see very often, is me very, very stressed out, trying to do multiple jobs at the one time, trying to wear the coach's hat, try to wear the business hat, try and make sure that everybody's happy, and you're never going to make everybody happy all of the time, unfortunately. So yes, this job here is a rocker, or a profile, or a shape change as some other people would call it. So basically what's happening with these steels, as we can see, if I just move you up a little bit, the steel is very high at the toe and very high at the heel, which that then equates to you're not getting really much use for your turning. So the customer wants a little bit more of a fluent shape at the front and a little bit more fluent shape at the back. Now, this is probably a very controversial thing to say. I prefer step steels than standard steels, and I prefer JRZ steels because JRZ and step steel, they were born from the same company as far as I'm aware. Now, one of the things I will say about them is they're massive. They're completely and utterly massive in comparison to the other steels that are out in the market. So you do have to take a little bit more shape off the toe and the heel. They are quite rockered in the sense that, I don't know if you'll be able to see, you won't be able to see them, but they actually move quite well. As you can see, there's your balance point round about here, and then it kind of goes up that way and up that way. So there is a slight rocker in the steel as it comes. A lot of people just decide that they like it a little bit more. So obviously that's one of the things that you then tend to find is most people will ask for a little bit off the toe and a little bit off the heel, and we have been seeing it in the last little while that people have been asking for custom profiles. Say for example, CAG 1 profiles, they're looking for Pro Sharp profiles and stuff like that, and unfortunately we're not in the position to be able to have that at the moment. The situation for us is I do it my specific way, the way that I was taught how to do it years ago. So it's not the most conventional way that I do profiles, but at the same point self-taught. So I say that people who taught me, showed me things or spoke to me about things, and I've taken that in my own mind and I've interpreted it my own way, and I do things a specific way. It's like anything, once you get sharpening for a set amount of time, you become very adept at doing things and helping people. Most of the kind of Scottish skaters, you will find that what happens with regards to their steel is they do want probably about this area here more rounded, and they want this area probably here more rounded. They don't like as high a heel and they don't like as high a toe, so they like it a little bit more what we would class as rockered. Now it's not a full rocker because you're not actually rockering the whole blade and making it like a semicircle. All you're basically doing is taking a little bit off the toe and the heel. Now the controversial thing is what I was going to say is most people will do their profile on one blade at a time. Me, I do two at a time. I put it in the holder and I run it through the cross grind at the same time. You would be mad to think that that's the most conventional way to do it, but it's not the most conventional way to do it. The most conventional way for you to rock a set of steels is do them one at a time, and the reason being is you get a lot of overheating, and you can also sometimes, in my opinion, is you're not going to have the two steels exactly the same unless they're exactly getting done at exactly the same time. Now my process is I'll put skate oil in between the blades and I'll sandwich them together and make sure that the two of them are exactly the same shape in the holder. Then I'll obviously clamp them in, and then I'll start to take a little bit off the toe and the heel, and then that basically means I'm not having to do the same job twice and then try and match them up after they're done. What I'm actually doing is I'm doing the two of them at exactly the same time. It makes sense in my head, but a lot of places will maybe not do it that way, but that's just my preference. So anyway, what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and get this done, the steels back in the skates, and then get to training. So bear with me, I'm going to change you onto a time lapse on the machine. So further to my rant, Pamela has literally just sent me a rant of her own, which will probably get played round about now.
Hi everyone, apologies for coming on to my mobile. We're at home and I just have to do a rant because I'm really off. I get that we are not Amazon, I get that we're slow and everything hates us apparently, excuse my language. I've just spent 25 minutes messaging a customer, which I appreciate. It's my fault. I should have messaged her earlier, I should have phoned her today. We've had some delays on some orders, the weather being one of them, couriers being another, so we've been kind of catching up today. I was also dealing with some stuff in the shop today with regards to admin and catching up on warrior order and all the rest of it. I'm exhausted, I'm not feeling well, I have health problems that I've not really massively went into details, and Stephen will 100% testify to the fact that Sunday was a write-off for me, and Monday night when I came from work I had to put me to my bed because I wasn't very well, so I wasn't firing on all cylinders today, so I was finding it very difficult to keep up and keep on top of things, so I was working as best as I can, kept missing the phone ringing, the phone did an update and then crashed. So it took ages for me to get it to come back on. In between that, we're juggling all my customers. So I had brought the phone home to sit later when the kids are in bed. So Tuesday nights I've got to go to collect the kids at 5:30. I'm home and give them their tea, put them to bed. Normally I'm pretty exhausted and I normally go to bed at the same time as them because that's the life that I lead, to be honest with you. Stephen will testify to that. I don't have a lot of energy in my tank and I really struggle. So, but tonight has really upset me because I'm trying very hard to be a good customer service person, which obviously I'm feeling miserably at, but I'm also now feeling very miserably at being a mother to my children because the dinner's in ruins, it's completely utterly burnt. Gonna have to start again cooking them. It is 3 minutes to 7. They haven't eaten since lunchtime in school and I'm now going to have to find something else to cook them because I've burnt what I was supposed to cook them, which wasn't exciting. It was sausage chips and spaghetti hoops. So fortunately I haven't burnt spaghetti hoops because they hadn't actually made it in the microwave, but their chips are completely not burnt to frazzle. Their sausages are inedible, so I'll need to start again. So yeah, well, you're all shouting balling on Facebook pages and posts and emails and stuff about how I'm crap at emailing everybody back. I'm only one person. I cannot possibly do everything. I'm very hard. We cannot afford to hire help. It's me that does the orders, it's me that does the accounts, it's me that handles everything. Stephen is up to his eyes in repairs that are coming out that back shop that he is not getting a chance to get through. He has had a pair of skates sitting for the last 3 weeks that we keep picking up, sorting, starting, having it put down. I know it's a good thing to be stressed about, but our priority is the person that comes through that door. That's the first person. Then the second is the phone. In between that, I've got to check emails. I've now got to check Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, 3 or 4 different emails that email us through our website. Constantly getting inquiries, and it's great. I love it. But I'm really struggling with it. Really struggling. To the point where I've had friends reaching out and saying to me, "You're not yourself. You're not the same person. You're struggling. What can we do to help?" I've got lovely friends sending me flowers to try and cheer me up. Do you know something? Why don't you all just start being a wee bit more kinder, a wee bit more understanding? Or, do you know what? Just get angry at us, just rant and rave at us. Don't bother seeing the people behind the shop or any troubles that we might be having. We're doing our damnedest in an exceedingly difficult industry right now, where you're having costs getting ripped off you right, left and centre. You're having the rising costs of shipping and stuff not getting kept in stock, and the rent's going up and the electricity's going up and the rates are going up and everything costs 3 times as much. And yet we've not raised any of our costs. We haven't raised our services. We haven't raised anything. You're still paying the exact same as you were before COVID. I'm doing my best. Doing my most best at all the hats that I wear. And you know something? I'm absolutely feeling at them all. And I feel exceedingly guilty every single day of every single minute that I am not providing a good relationship, a good mother for my children. I'm not doing good at the shop. I'm not doing good at being a wife. I'm not doing good at anything. But you know what? I'll make sure your skates are in.
So now that you've seen Pamela's rant, or maybe parts of Pamela's rant, because there's a lot of it that I probably wouldn't be able to post because she swears like a sailor at times. Right, so it's 7:21. I have someone coming to my house at 7:45 to get an extension fitted to a stick to get their skate sharpened at home because they couldn't make it to the store. He's a teammate of mine, so obviously that's a kind of service that's an out with the hours of the store service, shall you say. Now, bear in mind, I am still working. It is 7:22 at the moment. I've still got a sharpening that I've got to do. I've still got to close up the store. I've still got to get home, get my kit organised. I haven't eaten since, well, I can't remember. I haven't had a drink of water or anything like that yet today. It's one of these things where it's been so busy. Trying my hardest to try and get everything done. Oh, it's a balancing act. And this is the side of the shop that you guys don't see. You see the side of things being absolutely brilliant. You get to see it being really busy. You get to see it being full of customers and stuff like that, but you don't get to see the stressed out side that it actually has on our kind of well-being, shall we say, or our mental health. Now, it's one of the things where we have done this for 14 years and it's getting exceedingly hard. I actually said to Pamela the other day, and this is something that I kick myself for saying it, but I actually feel like I want to give up because I feel like we're failing. Now, that's a side of, how would I put it, the business that you get with comments, you get with the negativity. And I understand fully that people will always be negative and people will always have a comment to make, or someone's always got a complaint to make about how you run your business or whatever else. My diplomatic way of putting it is if you think you can do better in 14 years than what we've done in 14 years, by all means, crack on. The problem that you have right now with regards to ice hockey equipment and figure skating equipment, or just ice sports in general, the cost is going through the roof for everything. Running the store is a nightmare. It's very, very expensive. We run things in a very, very, very tight budget, and we have done and we have had to do so because of the dreaded coronavirus, the lockdowns and stuff like that. We had to, like everyone else, we were maybe just a bit silly and we didn't fold the business. We didn't take as much as we could fold and restart like everybody else did. We are trying to be as diplomatic as possible. We're trying to just get by, just like everybody else, and we understand that other people are trying to get by. My phone has not stopped this. I'm telling you, it is literally just... The phone was at 100%, it's at 24% since I came in here. It was at 100% at 12:20 when I came in here. It has not stopped the entire day. I can't get to reply to anything because I'm still trying to record videos for you guys. I'm still trying to sharpen skates. I'm still trying to do my job. People, in my opinion, need to realise that there is a person behind the job and a person behind the store. There is a private life that we have, and one of the things I said in a previous video that was actually lost by myself because I was trying to do too many things at once. Look after my kids, look after my dogs, try and look after my house because there was a big massive storm. One of the things I said was, we had Sam, my little boy, had a hockey training session a couple of nights ago, and I went to the hockey training session and I didn't even get the chance to notice him coming off the ice to go to the toilet because I was in the stands with 3 and 4 people around about me asking me, is my order here? When are you open? What have you got in stock? Why were you not opened at this time? Why were you not opened at that time? Life gets on top of us. Life gets on top of us all. So it's one of these things where you need to realise, if I'm at the rink for my kid, I'm there for a reason. I'm not there for your order, I'm there for my kid. And I understand that you've maybe tried to phone the store and we haven't answered. We are trying to get through to everyone. We're trying to email, like Pamela's probably said in her rant, there's 3 or 4 email addresses where people get in touch with us. There's 3 or 4 methods of conversation that can come through Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, TikTok, so there's 5. Not to mention the fact that you've got our personal pages which get hit constantly as well by people emailing us and saying, do you have this in stock, instead of just messaging the store. It can be very, very overwhelming at times, very, very overwhelming at times, but it's one of these things, it's part and parcel of the business. But yeah, at the same point, I know a lot of you guys will maybe be thinking, well, it's not part and parcel of the business, and you'd be right, because we are open 12 until 5 and we're having to work 24 hours a day, 7 days a week like everybody else is having to do with their own business. But you guys don't get to see that. You just get to see a small glimpse of the happy stuff of fixing a pair of skates, doing a heat mold, doing a couple of sharpenings or whatever else. That's fine, but you don't get to see the stresses that go on behind the scenes, and that is very, very testing at times. Very, very testing. So with that said, I'm going to go on and get these sharpenings done because I'm running really, really late. I don't want to keep anybody else later than they have to be. Skates all done. That's me near enough finished for tonight. Unfortunately, I've just had a wee message from Lewis to tell me his wee boy's been kept in hospital, and obviously he's got a respiratory issue just now, and he's been kept in for x-rays, so he's now not going to be able to make his training session tonight. So I'm now in the process of trying to see if I can get a hold of one of the committee guys and my team to be able to help us try and see if we can get a goalie sorted. Yes, another things that people don't realise is obviously, like I say, we wear the Mustangs hat, as in the sense that we run a team, and obviously we're quite a tight-knit community, and as far as I'm concerned, obviously we hope Lewis's wee boy's well and okay, and obviously Lewis is obviously going to look after him, and so we have to try and see if we can get another goalie sorted for tonight. But yeah, that's another stress that I've now got on my plate, even though I have 42 messages on my phone with people asking where's our orders, what's happening, what's going on. Apparently we're not allowed to have a life out with the store. I totally understand that people think that it's great, you're really successful. Yeah, we're doing okay. We're not doing as well as we would like to be, but at the same point it's very, very stressful, and I'm probably the silly person that is the one that wanted to do this for a living. So anyway, right, for tonight, that's me finished. Apologies, it's been quite a bit of a negative ending to the video. it's not really a negative ending in my opinion. It's just us showing you or showcasing what actually happens behind the scenes. There's going to obviously be realism in this because it is real. You've also got to remember this is my livelihood and Pamela's livelihood that we're running here. We have put a lot of time and effort, blood, sweat and tears into this place, especially tears, and plenty of blood, since considering the fact I stabbed myself in the hand about 6 times a day doing the bloody skates. But anyway, right, I'm going to go this time. I've got, like I said, stuff to do at home and try and get ready for a practice. So see you soon, guys.